As we age, it's inevitable that our bodies undergo changes, some subtle, others more noticeable. One of the most sensitive and often misunderstood aspects of aging involves our intimate lives. For many men over 50, changes in erectile function are common, yet it's a topic that is often shrouded in silence and embarrassment. Today, we're tackling this subject with the respect, depth, and sensitivity it deserves. We'll explore erectile dysfunction, ED, its causes, emotional effects, and most importantly, the ways men can address and manage it to maintain a fulfilling, meaningful relationship. The body's natural changes, blood circulation, and its impact. At the heart of erectile dysfunction lies the body's natural changes as it ages. The ability to achieve and maintain an erection is closely tied to blood flow. The penis requires healthy blood vessels and adequate circulation to allow an erection to form. As we grow older, our blood vessels naturally lose some of their elasticity, and the arteries may begin to narrow due to the buildup of plaque, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This narrowing of the blood vessels can make it more difficult for blood to flow freely to the penis, which is a critical aspect of erectile function. This decline in circulation is not solely a consequence of age. Certain health conditions can accelerate the process. Hypertension, or high blood pressure, is one of the most common culprits. Studies show that men with high blood pressure are up to 70% more likely to develop ED compared to those with normal blood pressure. This stark statistic emphasizes the importance of managing blood pressure through lifestyle changes or medical intervention to prevent or mitigate erectile difficulties. Similarly, diabetes, which is increasingly common with age, is another significant factor in ED. Men with diabetes are twice as likely to experience erectile dysfunction compared to men without the condition. Diabetes can damage the blood vessels and nerves that are essential for erectile function. This means that the disease not only affects physical health but also creates a domino effect on sexual health. The emotional and psychological impact of erectile dysfunction. While erectile dysfunction is primarily a physical condition, the emotional and psychological toll it can take on men is profound. For many, the inability to perform sexually as they once did can lead to feelings of embarrassment, frustration, and inadequacy. There's often a sense of fear that their partner will no longer find them attractive or that intimacy in the relationship will never be the same. These concerns can lead to a breakdown in communication, further exacerbating the emotional strain on both partners. It's important to understand that intimacy extends far beyond physical performance. Intimacy is about connection, closeness, and emotional bonding. A man's value as a partner is not solely tied to his ability to maintain an erection. It's about his emotional availability, his willingness to share his thoughts and feelings, and his ability to nurture the relationship in ways that go beyond physical intimacy. By focusing on communication and emotional closeness, couples can explore new ways to connect, even if physical intimacy becomes more challenging. This brings us to a critical point. Men facing ED are not alone in their struggles. According to studies, millions of men experience similar challenges, and there is a wealth of resources available to help. These resources range from lifestyle changes such as diet and exercise to medical treatments like medication or therapy. Engaging in open, honest conversations with your partner can also help foster understanding and reduce feelings of isolation or shame. Hormonal changes and their effects on sexual health. Another significant factor in sexual health for men over 50 is the role of hormones, particularly testosterone. Testosterone is the primary male sex hormone, responsible for regulating libido, sexual arousal, and erectile function. As men age, testosterone levels naturally decline, which can lead to noticeable changes in sexual desire and function. However, not all men experience the same degree of testosterone decline. Some may notice only a slight decrease in their libido, while others may experience a more pronounced drop affecting their sexual desire and ability to respond to sexual stimuli. For some, this decline in testosterone levels can lead to a condition called hypogonadism, where the body's production of testosterone is insufficient to maintain normal sexual function. The key point to remember here is that low testosterone is not solely responsible for changes in sexual function. Sexuality is a deeply emotional and psychological experience. When testosterone levels decrease, men may also experience a decrease in motivation to initiate intimacy, not because they are no longer attracted to their partner, but because of the complex interaction between the body and mind. Stress, anxiety, depression, and other psychological factors can also play a role in diminishing libido and sexual drive. The role of mental health in erectile dysfunction. The psychological aspect of erectile dysfunction is often underestimated. Conditions like stress, anxiety, and depression can exacerbate ED, creating a vicious cycle that affects both the mind and the body. Men who experience stress, whether from work, family life, or other pressures, may find that their sexual performance is impacted, leading to increased anxiety, which in turn can further worsen the situation. It becomes a feedback loop where stress feeds ED and ED feeds more stress. Moreover, depression is another condition that can interfere with sexual health. Depression affects many aspects of life, including physical health and sexual function. It can lead to a loss of interest in sex, a decrease in libido, and difficulty experiencing pleasure, all of which can contribute to erectile dysfunction. Addressing mental health is a critical component of managing ED. Therapy, counseling, or even medication can be effective in treating both the psychological and physical aspects of erectile dysfunction. Solutions and strategies for managing erectile dysfunction. The good news is that erectile dysfunction is highly treatable, and there are a variety of solutions and strategies available. First and foremost, it's important to approach the situation with openness, understanding, and patience. Here are some key strategies for managing ED. 1. Lifestyle changes. A healthy diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleep can go a long way in improving erectile function. Reducing alcohol consumption and quitting smoking are also crucial steps in improving circulation and overall health. 2. Medical treatments. There are numerous medications available to treat erectile dysfunction, such as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra. These medications work by increasing blood flow to the penis, making it easier to achieve and maintain an erection. However, it's important to consult with a healthcare provider to determine the best course of treatment for your individual needs. 3. Hormone therapy. For men experiencing significant drops in testosterone, hormone replacement therapy, HRT, may be an option. Testosterone replacement therapy can help restore normal hormone levels and alleviate some of the symptoms associated with low testosterone. 4. Therapy and counseling. Engaging in therapy or counseling can be highly effective in addressing the psychological factors contributing to erectile dysfunction. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, can help address stress, anxiety, and depression, while sex therapy can help couples improve communication and explore new forms of intimacy. 5. Open communication. Perhaps one of the most important strategies is simply talking about the issue with your partner. Creating a safe, non-judgmental space for conversation can foster understanding and reduce feelings of isolation and shame. Intimacy is not just about physical performance, it's about emotional connection and shared experiences. The vicious cycle of anxiety. Performance anxiety, when it takes hold, can spiral into a self-perpetuating cycle. The more a man worries about his ability to perform during intimate moments, the more likely it is that his anxiety will take over. This in turn increases the likelihood of the very issue he fears, an inability to achieve or maintain an erection. The body, overwhelmed with anxiety, releases stress hormones like cortisol, which can inhibit blood flow and prevent arousal. This creates a vicious cycle. Anxiety leads to erectile dysfunction, which leads to more anxiety, and so on. Over time, this cycle erodes not just physical intimacy, but emotional closeness as well. Men who struggle with ED often become hyper-aware of every possible indicator of impending failure, constantly monitoring their own responses and questioning their own desirability. This anxiety can overshadow the experience of intimacy itself, turning a natural and loving moment into a source of distress. In some cases, this anxiety becomes so overwhelming that it can lead to avoidance behaviors, where a man may deliberately distance himself from his partner or avoid intimacy altogether. This can have a profound impact on the relationship, creating feelings of frustration, isolation, and even resentment on both sides. The emotional burden of ED is not only felt by the man, but also by his partner, who may feel rejected or helpless in trying to alleviate the anxiety their loved one is experiencing. Societal expectations and pressure. Compounding this psychological burden is society's often unrealistic portrayal of intimacy and masculinity. From a young age, men are taught that intimacy is a performance, a demonstration of physical virility and strength. Media, advertising, and even well-meaning social interactions often reinforce the idea that a man's sexual worth is directly tied to his ability to perform in the bedroom. This pervasive belief can lead to immense pressure, as men feel they must meet these external standards to maintain their masculinity, desirability, and self-worth. This societal conditioning can create feelings of shame, making it even more difficult for men to openly discuss their struggles or seek help. The expectation that intimacy should always involve a firm, unwavering erection is not only misleading, but also harmful. This flawed belief places unnecessary pressure on both men and their partners. It fosters an environment in which men feel inadequate when their sexual performance doesn't measure up to these narrow standards. The truth, however, is that intimacy is far more complex and multifaceted than simply achieving an erection. Intimacy is about connection, vulnerability, and being fully present with one's partner. It's about emotional closeness, shared experiences, and mutual understanding. When men can reframe their understanding of intimacy, they open the door to a richer, more fulfilling experience of closeness that transcends the need for physical perfection. Redefining intimacy and connection. In the face of these challenges, it's essential for men and their partners to reconsider what intimacy truly means. It's not about perfection. It's not about adhering to a set of arbitrary standards. Intimacy is about shared vulnerability, emotional connection, and the ability to be present with one another. Physical performance may change as men age, but that doesn't mean intimacy has to fade. In fact, with the right mindset, aging can bring a deeper sense of connection, rooted in trust, understanding, and the willingness to embrace each other's flaws and changes. Instead of focusing solely on achieving an erection, men can focus on nurturing the emotional aspects of intimacy. Touch, caresses, and tender gestures can all serve to deepen the bond between partners. Simple acts of affection like holding hands, making eye contact, or sharing quiet moments together can become powerful ways to communicate love and intimacy without the pressure of performance. In this way, couples can experience a more profound and meaningful connection, one that's based on emotional and psychological closeness rather than just physical appearance or sexual function. The role of lifestyle changes in addressing ED. While psychological factors play a significant role in ED, lifestyle changes can also have a profound impact on improving erectile function. Maintaining a healthy lifestyle is one of the most effective ways to support both physical and emotional well-being. Regular exercise, for example, has been shown to have a positive effect on circulation, which is crucial for maintaining erectile function. Cardiovascular exercises, such as walking, swimming, or cycling, help improve blood flow throughout the body, including the genital area. These activities can also alleviate stress, boost mood, and improve overall mental health, factors that are just as important for intimacy as physical health. A balanced diet plays a similarly crucial role in supporting erectile function. Consuming a diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats can help keep the arteries clear and the heart strong. A heart-healthy diet is essential for maintaining good circulation, which is necessary for achieving and sustaining an erection. Foods that are high in antioxidants, such as berries, leafy greens, and nuts, can improve blood flow and protect against damage to blood vessels. Omega-3 fatty acids found in foods like salmon and flax seeds are particularly beneficial for heart health and circulation. Men should also be mindful of their intake of processed foods, sugary snacks, and red meat, which can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries and hinder blood flow. Other lifestyle changes, such as quitting smoking and reducing alcohol consumption, can also make a significant difference. Smoking is particularly harmful to erectile function as it restricts blood flow by causing long-term damage to blood vessels. Nicotine and other chemicals in cigarettes constrict the arteries, making it harder for blood to flow freely. Similarly, while moderate alcohol consumption might not pose a significant threat to erectile function, excessive drinking can interfere with sexual performance. Alcohol acts as a depressant, which can dampen sexual desire and impair the body's ability to respond to stimulation. Therefore, reducing alcohol intake and consuming it in moderation is essential for maintaining healthy erectile function. The importance of communication in intimate relationships beyond physical and lifestyle interventions, one of the most powerful tools in overcoming ED, is open, honest communication between partners. Talking about sexual health can be incredibly difficult, especially when it comes to a topic like erectile dysfunction. Many men fear rejection or feel embarrassed about discussing their struggles with their partner. However, keeping these feelings hidden can create emotional distance and strain the relationship. By having an open dialogue, partners can work together to find solutions and offer each other the support needed to navigate this challenging time. Vulnerability is key to building trust and intimacy. When men share their fears, insecurities, and frustrations with their partner, they invite understanding and compassion into the relationship. This openness allows both partners to feel heard and valued, which strengthens the emotional bond and reduces the pressure to perform sexually. It can also pave the way for exploring new forms of intimacy that don't rely solely on physical performance. It's also important for both partners to redefine what sexual satisfaction means. Satisfaction isn't solely about frequency or duration of sexual intercourse. It's about the connection that exists between partners. Physical intimacy may evolve over time, but emotional and psychological intimacy can continue to grow stronger, providing a deep sense of fulfillment and connection. Medical treatments and their role in erectile dysfunction. For some men, medical interventions may be necessary to manage erectile dysfunction. Medications such as phosphodiesterase type 5 inhibitors, PDE5 inhibitors, are commonly prescribed to help increase blood flow to the genital area. These medications, which include popular drugs like sildenafil, Viagra, tadalafil, Cialis, and vardenafil, Levitra, can be highly effective for many men. However, they are not a one-size-fits-all solution and do not address the root causes of ED, particularly if the issue is psychological or hormonal. PDE5 inhibitors work by relaxing the blood vessels and allowing for increased blood flow to the penis. However, they are not a cure-all. These medications do not fix underlying health conditions such as hypertension or diabetes that may contribute to ED. They also do not address psychological factors such as anxiety or depression that might be affecting erectile function. It is crucial for men to work closely with their healthcare provider to determine the most appropriate treatment for their specific situation. Other medical options, such as hormone therapy for low testosterone, may be considered for men whose erectile dysfunction is linked to hormonal imbalances. Testosterone replacement therapy, TRT, can help restore normal levels of testosterone, which is essential for sexual desire and function. However, TRT must be approached with caution and monitored closely by a doctor, as it can have potential side effects, including an increased risk of heart disease. The stigma surrounding erectile dysfunction. For many men, the first step in addressing erectile dysfunction is acknowledging that they need help. Unfortunately, this can be a difficult hurdle to overcome. Society often paints a picture of the ideal man as someone who is always sexually potent, never questioning their ability to perform, When erectile dysfunction enters the equation, it may feel as if one is falling short of this ideal. The fear of failure, coupled with a desire to appear strong and competent, can keep men from seeking help. This can lead to a dangerous cycle where the anxiety surrounding sexual performance compounds the issue, further preventing the possibility of recovery. However, it's crucial to understand that ED is a common condition that affects men of all ages, although it becomes more prevalent as men age. According to the Mayo Clinic, over 30 million men in the United States experience some form of erectile dysfunction, and it's not just about physical aging. Lifestyle choices, health conditions, medication side effects, and emotional stressors can all contribute to the development of ED. The good news is that ED is treatable, and in many cases, the solutions are multifaceted, involving both medical intervention and lifestyle changes. A realistic approach. Vacuum pumps as an alternative. When discussing solutions to erectile dysfunction, most people immediately think of medications like Viagra or Cialis. These medications are often prescribed to help improve blood flow, enabling men to achieve and maintain an erection. However, these options are not always ideal for everyone. Some men may not be candidates for these medications due to health conditions such as heart disease or interactions with other drugs. For these men, alternative solutions like vacuum pumps may provide a viable option. Vacuum pumps work by creating a vacuum around the penis, which encourages blood flow into the area, thus allowing an erection to form. While it might seem like an unconventional approach, these devices are non-invasive, effective, and widely used by men who cannot use ED medications. The process involves placing a cylindrical device over the penis, creating a vacuum, and then using a constriction ring to maintain the erection. For many men, vacuum pumps offer a dependable solution when other treatments are not suitable. The importance of seeking help. It's also crucial to recognize that erectile dysfunction is not something anyone should face alone. Men often carry the burden of ED in isolation, fearing that it makes them less of a man or that it will disappoint their partner. These feelings of shame can prevent them from seeking support, either from a healthcare professional or from loved ones. But the truth is, ED is a common issue, and seeking help is the first step toward regaining confidence and intimacy. Sexual health is an integral part of overall well-being, and it impacts not just the body but also the mind and spirit. The emotional toll of ED can be significant, leading to anxiety, depression, and feelings of inadequacy. By reaching out for help, whether it's through therapy, joining a support group, or simply confiding in a partner, men can break free from the emotional weight of ED. Therapists and support groups provide a safe space for men to express their feelings, share experiences, and find solidarity with others going through similar challenges. Sexual therapy is particularly effective in helping men address the psychological factors that contribute to ED. In many cases, stress, anxiety, and depression can exacerbate the condition, creating a vicious cycle that can be hard to break. A sexual therapist can work with individuals or couples to identify and address these emotional triggers, providing strategies for managing stress, improving communication, and enhancing emotional intimacy. The power of communication and support. One of the most important aspects of dealing with erectile dysfunction is the role of open communication. ED is not just an individual issue, it affects the couple as a whole. When one partner is struggling, the other often feels the weight of the issue as well. It can lead to misunderstandings, feelings of rejection, and frustration on both sides. That's why it's essential for couples to engage in open, honest dialogue about their sexual health and desires. Talking about ED doesn't have to be uncomfortable or awkward, but it does require vulnerability and trust. When partners share their feelings, fears, and frustrations, it can alleviate some of the pressure to perform and help create an environment of understanding and support. This dialogue can strengthen the relationship, enhance emotional connection, and foster a deeper sense of intimacy. Moreover, understanding that intimacy is about more than just physical performance is key to reducing the anxiety that often accompanies ED. Intimacy is about emotional connection, mutual pleasure, and shared moments of closeness. As relationships mature, couples often find that their intimate lives become even more rewarding because they prioritize these emotional bonds over physical perfection. With open communication, both partners can create an intimate space where both feel valued, loved, and supported. Reclaiming confidence and joy. Erectile dysfunction is not the end of a fulfilling sexual life. In fact, for many men, it marks the beginning of a new chapter in their sexual journey, one that is grounded in deeper emotional connection, trust, and mutual understanding. While the physical aspects of sexuality may change over time, the emotional and psychological components can continue to flourish. With the right support, men can regain their confidence, rediscover the joy of intimacy, and create meaningful connections with their partners. The key to overcoming ED lies in embracing a holistic approach that includes both medical and emotional support. Whether through medications, vacuum pumps, therapy, or lifestyle changes, there are many avenues to explore. But above all, it's essential to recognize that seeking help and prioritizing emotional well-being are crucial steps in the healing process. ED does not define a man or his relationship. It is simply one aspect of a much larger and richer experience of love, intimacy, and connection. Moving beyond the stigma. Erectile dysfunction is a common, treatable condition that affects millions of men. It does not define your worth as a person or as a partner. By seeking the right treatment, engaging in open communication, and addressing both the physical and emotional aspects of sexual health, men can overcome the challenges of ED and continue to enjoy a fulfilling, meaningful, intimate life. It's time to move beyond the stigma surrounding ED and embrace a more compassionate, holistic view of intimacy, one that is grounded in love, trust, and mutual understanding.